Yo, what's up, Wealth Gang? It's your boy once again. It's Vusi Max coming at you live from the Supreme HQ. All right. So it's been a minute since I've posted a analysis video out here, and the reason for that is, like I'm very fortunate to be able to like trade at the time that I started to trade, and as a result of that, it's opened many doors for me in terms of like different things that I can do with it. So what had happened was, to cut the long story short, because I don't want to keep this too long, because the markets are open, and we have to make it count. So what's been happening is I've been kind of invested in different ventures, so to speak. So that comes with a lot of new challenges and a lot of things to learn at the same time. So that's kind of why I've been slacking off on the uploads. But we gotta find a balance within everything that you do, and that's what I just achieved. And I'm hoping to get it to a point where it's even more efficient than what it is right now. So what I have for you guys today is how the market is looking at this very moment, and I want you guys to just peep these things. It's only 4 things that I'm gonna look at, 4 different pairs or things to trade that I'm gonna look at, that I'm seeing opportunities for this current week. So I want you to just peep this, take whatever time you have, and just try to go through this with me, because I definitely do see an opportunity. And I'm sure you can see I have a buy. It was a buy stop which just triggered now on the EURUSD, and I'm about to explain why that is. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Before we even start with this thing, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, comment, and let me know what you're looking at. How was the trading week been for you so far? So with that said, guys, let's look at the EURUSD, and this is the 4-hour time frame. All right, so I didn't just open this chart and just open a random trade just by looking at the chart. Of course, you have to look at your analysis before you can make a decision about what's going on with the markets, right? So with this, guys, I basically saw that we're looking at the highs and the lows. So what you will see with this thing is that from this point up until there, it's been going down. It went to make a low there, right? And then when we got there, the market went to make a high, right? So from there, the market made a lower high, so it went to a lower low. So now this is the current stance of the market and how it's looking right now. All right, so what do we do from here? We draw a downtrend, because this just confirmed what's going on. It just confirmed the trend, so we know what to look out for. So what I'm gonna do is, now when you look at where the trend started, now we can nitpick the small highs and lows that the market really made there. And I'm seeing the first high and the second high being at this point right there. So the general rule of thumb, we have to align this trend line the way it is to the current price. So I'm gonna move it just like that. Then you're gonna see that it's somewhat like this. It's a bit low, but we can't be too precise with these things. So that's what it is. This is the trend line that we have set in place now, so we know the current direction of the market. So now when it comes to highs and lows, I know this topic might be a bit confusing, so I'm gonna instead make a whole nother video just talking about which highs and lows to really focus on, and I'm gonna use a sample of this very same chart. So it's gonna follow just a couple of hours after I upload this one. All right, So now what the market is doing now is, we know we're reversing, right? So we can only wait for a lower high, which I think we might see this week or early next week. But it's going to depend on how volatile this market moves, or how the rate at which it's moving, like is how fast or slow it's going to move as it approaches this trend line here. So the reason why I have I'd opened a buy stop, which now triggered, so it's basically a buy position open now. And the reason I did that was because, like I said, guys, I haven't really been trading I haven't been like solely focused on the markets at the moment, because there's so many things that were going on. But what I do is I draw this line so that I can know, just like we have a reversal line, there's a line which, and it's part of the advanced strategy. This line is what we use when you want to see like the end, when you want to see that the price is basically about to go into a reversal, right? And basically it means that right now I'm going to trade a reversal, and that by itself comes with a whole arsenal of what you have to do in order to trade it in such a way. So what I want you guys to pay attention on isn't this reversal that's going on right now. I want you guys to pay attention to the high that's gonna follow when the price reaches this trend line. So that's what I want you guys to keep your mind on. And the next thing that I have for you guys is the CHFJPY. So this is a pretty simple chart. I also just found it like I've been looking at it since the morning, so I've been wanting to add this one so that none of you guys like miss out on this one, because it's looking very fruitful at the moment. So let's look at the trend, right? I'm gonna use a cursor. So I'm seeing this high and this lower high. This low was kind of at the same spot with this one, but the market came and made a lower high again and went to make a lower low. So the trend continued, even though it seemed like we were having a lot of news in the previous weeks. And this we can see by the length of the wicks at the end of the candlesticks. But that's another story. What we're focusing on now is the trend. So if we draw our trend line, because sometimes you don't want to move like too far back to a chart. We want to focus on what's going on at this moment. So if we draw our trend line from there to there, basically as 1 and 2, using those key points as our first and second high, and we'll align it to the current price, we will see that the price now is precisely just a bit above the trend line. So what do we do now? What we do now is this is the 4-hour time frame. So basically what's going on is this candlestick hasn't closed yet. That's how you get bull trapped. If you open a trade before you let the candlestick close, right? So what we do now is we're gonna wait for the current 4-hour candlestick to close, and we're gonna have to judge, does it close above the trend line, or does it close below the trend line? And before we even talk about that, let's just add a reversal line real quick there. All right, so check. So now what's left is we have to judge a candlestick close, because we can't make a judgment as of yet, because this current candlestick is still operating, so to speak. So you always have to be patient and wait for a trade to come to you. Don't go to a trade. That's one way to gamble with your money. So at this moment, we're gonna have to keep our eyes on this, and I'm gonna upload it as fast as possible so that none of you guys can miss out on this one. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is the USDCHF. So somebody suggested this, a Supreme Trader suggested that there would be a trade possible trade on this pair, and basically I want to give my take on this one. So, you know, I came to this and I looked at it, and just by zooming out a bit, I could see that this is moving sideways at the moment. It's moving in a range form, like in the sense that this is a resistance zone and this is the support zone. So now what we're gonna do is I'm not finding structure, so I was like, most probably the supreme trader who suggested this, maybe they saw a structure on this. So I have to look at the higher time frames, right? So I moved up to the daily chart, and that's when it all makes sense now. That this was the first high, and then we had a lower high, to another lower low, to another lower high, to a lower low, and the market right now seems like it's making a lower high, right? So when we draw this thing in the daily chart, if we draw our trend line somewhat like this, it's cutting through our trend line. If we're joining 1 and 2, by one being this one and 2 being the second high, it's cutting through our chart. It's not really helping us much. But what if we use 2 and 3 as the start of our trend line? Then let's see what happens. I'm literally just figuring it out right now. Okay, so now we can see that basically the candlesticks in the daily chart 2 days ago, the price rejected to break above the trend line, and so this chart obeyed the laws of the downtrend, right? So now our reversal line would have to be in the daily chart, because the trend is in the daily chart. You understand? We can't put those two things in different time frames, otherwise we're not gonna get a clear entry or a valid, perception of what the market is doing. So our reversal line now would have to be here, right? Our reversal line is here now, and clearly today's candlestick, well, the reversal line is there, and yesterday's candlestick only closed below, so today would be the right time to enter this trade, right? But since it's the daily chart, it means we can now go into the H4 time frame, knowing that this pair has already broke reversal, as we can see also on the 4-hour time frame now. So because the current candlestick hasn't given us a close, what you can do is you can go to the lower time frames, like the 1-hour time frame, and look and observe when the price retraces a bit to make a lower high, and then only sell at a lower high in the lower time frame, meaning that this would further drop below, right? So unless we see those things, I'm going to remove them real quick. So unless we see those things, I don't want you to open a trade where your risk to reward ratio is going to be too wide. You know what I mean? So this would be a long-term trade too, because it's in the daily chart. So targets would be somewhere at this level, at the lowest, at the previous low, which is there. And we're using the previous low of the daily chart, which is all the way here. So with this one, guys, I don't want you to feel like you left out, you've already missed the entry. Just wait for the price to retrace a bit, and then enter at a lower high and put your SL at the recent high, which will be exactly at that lower high where you open the trade. And this is going to provide you with a small risk to reward ratio, right? With a high reward, if for that fact, you're going to have a high reward against this relatively small risk, right? So one thing I want to touch on, this is all of the currency pairs that I had for you guys, and throw up a comment and let me know what's up. Let me know what you're trading, and let me know if you appreciate the content, because it goes a long way. And the one more thing I want to talk about is the Nas100. So what's going on right now with the Nas100 is the indice, guys. Okay, guys, don't judge me. You know, I really struggle with pronouncing the category that Nas100 falls under, right? So this indice, right, guys, the price is moving sideways. We're not trending, we're not uptrending, we're not downtrending. So there's no clear indication of where the strength is at between the buyers and the sellers. So personally, what I do, which has showed me like results, good results, great results for that matter, results after results, what I do is, when I don't see a trend, I like to wait until the market talks to me, like until the market shows me a move that I'd feel stupid not to take. You know what I mean? So, and only when I have to convince myself of a trade, that's when usually I know it's a bad trade, because I don't have to convince myself to know a good trade from a bad one. So with this one, guys, I haven't been trading this at the moment, and if you insist on trading this, right, just because I can't let you into the wilderness, right, by yourself, I would suggest that if you're gonna trade this, trade it in the smaller time frame. That's where you're gonna pick up, you know, short-term trends. You're not gonna pick up a trend that's gonna last up a week or a day or something. You're just gonna find a trend that might last for, you know, a couple of hours. And you know that with this pay, it's also good, you know, to just find something for a couple of hours. But in the sense of the market outlook for this one, it's moving sideways, guys. So only trade this in the smaller time frame. That's where you're gonna find structure, but it won't even last for that long. So you would have to be someone who has the time to really keep up with it every, I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever. So that's what's up, guys. I haven't been trading this. Like I said, I'm gonna wait to get a opportunity that makes sense to me. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. I'm gonna be dropping another one talking about the highs and lows. Which highs should you pay attention to, and which lows should you pay attention to, because the market does provide a lot of highs, so it's good to know which ones should you prioritize on. That video is going to be up in a couple of hours time, so if I were you, I would subscribe and turn on the bell notification so I don't miss that video when it drops. All right, so thank you guys for watching once again. It's your one and only Vusi Max, and I just appreciate you if you watch until this part. Subscribe, comment, like. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one.